Welcome back to the session on medical insurance premium project using machine learning model. So as this is our data set, that is medical cost personal data set from kaggle.com, we need to download this one, which I have already done. So now I'll next move to my Collab notebook where I have given the code for this project. So the title of the Collab notebook is a medical insurance premium prediction. So here the first part is data pre-processing. So this is our data link of the data. Next thing is we need to upload our files which I have downloaded. So this is the data set which I have downloaded. We will be uploading it now. So yes, my file is uploaded. So the next thing is we need to import all the required libraries for this project. So now first we will import numpy as np, next import pandas as pd, importing matplotlib.pyplot as plt, import cburn as sns. We have to execute all these things to import all the required libraries. So once if I execute this, yes, it is done. So here we have successfully imported all these libraries: numpy, pandas, matplotlib, cburn. So numpy library will help us to deal with arrays. Pandas library will help us to deal with data frames and data sets. And these two libraries will help us to data visualization. Now we have to upload the data set in the Google Colab. So this is our data set, insurance.csv. So I have to take its path, and now here I am uploading so I have copied this path of insurance.csv file from my drive. So it means that I have uploaded my file into this Google Colab. Yes, this is also done. Now we have to, using this pd.read_csv, I have read my file from the drive. So we have successfully imported all the data set and the libraries which are required. So now let's move on to the next session, that is data exploration. So here, let me check the data set, like what I am having in that. For that I have used dataset.head. So there are total 7 number of columns in this table or the data set, that is age, gender, BMI, children, smoker, region and charges. As we have discussed earlier, this charges is our target variable and all other remaining variables are independent variables. That means we have to build a regression model to predict these charges. So let us move forward and take the shape of the dataset. So the shape, that is the size of the dataset, is 1338 rows and 7 columns in that. So it means that 1338 observations are there in this dataset. Now we will check the information of our dataset. For this we are using dataset.info. So this is the information about my dataset. 1338 entries, that is from 0 to 1337, and these are the columns indexed from 0 to 6. Let us take the columns with categorical values. Dataset.select d types, which includes object.columns. If I execute this, so these are the columns with categorical values: sex, smoker and region. And we can even check the length of this, which is 3. So these are the 3 columns that are having categorical values. Let us check the columns with numerical values. So that is age, BMI, children and charges are having numerical values. So that is 4, int 64 and float 64 to execute. Now let us check the length of this. So it is 4. Let us move forward to check the statistical summary. So to do that, we are using dataset.describe. and let's execute this. So this is the statistical summary about this data set. That is the average age, which is 39. The BMI is around 30. Number of children is around 1.09, and the average charges are around $13 to $70. Then the standard deviation. So these are the standard deviation values for these columns: age, BMI, children, and charges. We have minimum and maximum values as well. So the minimum age is 18 and the maximum age is 64. The minimum BMI is 15 and the maximum is 53. Minimum number of children is 0 and max is 5. And the minimum charges that each person is having is $1,121.8, and the maximum one is $63,770. And these are all the 25%, 50%, and 75%. So this is all about our statistical summary. Now we will group the data set by categorical columns, that is sex. So this is like sex, female and male. Next, we'll group the data by smoker, yes or no. Next, we will group the data by region, that is northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. So if we just observe, there is a huge difference in the charges for a smoker and for a non-smoker. That is, for a smoker, the charges are $32,050, whereas for a non-smoker, the charges are $8,434. That is around $8,500. So there is a huge difference in the charges. So here we are getting some interesting insight about this data set. And if we observe in this data set, which is grouped by region, age, the average age is almost same, the BMI is almost same. In Southeast region, BMI is slightly more around 33 than the number of children, that are almost the same, and the charges are almost same. So these are all the average values. So this is all about the group by function and grouping the data set on the basis of these three categorical variables. So here we are getting some interesting insights. So this is all about our data exploration. Next, we will be dealing with the missing values. So first we will check if this data set has any null values or not. To do that, we have to use the command dataset.isNull_values.any. So let us run this command. So it is showing false. That means this data set doesn't tell any missing values. So let us check this sum. That is 0. That means there is no missing values in this data set after dealing with the missing values. So we have to deal with the categorical values, which we will be seeing in the next session.